Hi there. My name is Kimberly Inez Mays, and I have a question for you. Are we getting inundated and desensitized to AI? And my next question is, am I part of the problem? I want to know. I recently put out a post and I asked everyone, hey, I'm trying to learn something about y'all. How many of you guys use custom GPTs on a daily basis? And pretty much everybody who replied said they are. Now, I don't think that they're quite using it the way that I teach or the way that I would recommend, but it's interesting that there is literally no one who is a stranger to this stuff, right? So we are now at the point of critical mass where everybody and probably their literal grandma is using AI. And that's a good thing, or is it? And I want to talk about it. So, if you are listening or watching and you're listening to the sound of my voice and you're not really sure who I am, I'm Kimberly Inez Mays. I demystify technology for small and medium businesses so that they can generate and nurture leads with marketing, automation, and AI. And I really want to get into this AI piece because it's fascinating to me, because it's always been fascinating to me, because AI is not new. And AI is decades old, not new, but the application and the explosion and the availability to the common person is definitely new. And yeah, everybody knows ChatGPT already, so I won't belabor that. But I do want to talk about the explosion and the saturation of AI on everything. It is literally like ranch sauce, and I've spoken about this many, many times. But I want to know, like, are we at the point of critical mass where we're just like, that's nice, and I don't care about it anymore, or I need it on everything, and I'm nothing without it. And those are two schools of thought that I want to kind of challenge. So the first one is, no, we don't really need it. I'm sick of it. I think it has to do with just the explosion of content in general. People are becoming numb, desensitized, and even angry at the prospect of talking to a bot or being replaced by a bot or having art and music replaced or imitated or just being ripped off by it. So there are very strong feelings against AI, and I think that those feelings will persist. And I think now people are craving authenticity, humanity more so than ever, because there's just a lot of the other stuff out there. And I kind of roll my eyes when I see all of these ads and all of these things like, yeah, make a completely faceless YouTube video, for example. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but now that there is a lack of, or there's a heavy emphasis on now just being as distant and unengaged as possible. So let me just make sure my phone is silent for a second, because yeah, not editing that out. I used to, but now I know better. So we're just going to keep this rolling. So sorry for that little interruption. Anyways, as I was saying before, now people are going to be craving that connection more so than ever. And as the automated thought leader, as my brand is called the automated thought leader, I always talk about marketing automation, but I talk about it from humanity, because basically at the end of the day, people want to do business with humans, and the whole idea of being in business is to solve a problem. And what I'm finding too is that when people say, "Oh, well, can you make money with AI?" No, yes, but the money is not in AI. It's through the usage of solving a problem through your business that someone else has, and using AI to either like get you in front of more people, help you with fulfillment on that service, or to help people convert, basically. But it's not a panacea that people think it is. And so going from one extreme where everybody hates it to the other extreme where it's everything is also not the right answer. So what is the right answer? It's literally in the middle. What I said before. It's about finding a problem, finding a gap, finding who needs that solution, thinking about how they feel about it and what they want, because that's also another missing piece, and delivering on that. And Although it sounds simple enough, it really is. And I hate to see people bogged down in technology where they just forget that basic premise of, okay, well, you're still in business for a reason, right? Especially with my coaches. My coaches are wonderful people, but nothing makes me sadder than seeing coaches bogged down in tech thinking that they got to be some kind of tech guru or jump on every trend because their coach or their influencer is now doing and speaking on it. Like, no, if you're not ready for a CRM yet, have a way to just keep track of people until you're ready to either take that on yourself or hire for that. But you actually have to kind of know what that is and have some offers under your belt and have some business under your belt first where you can support those decisions. Don't just try to build the castle and build everything at once. No, it comes in stages. And I think that's where AI comes in. It's like, no, you don't have to do all 1,200 prompts that you bought. But what output are you looking for from this tool? And how will it help you do the fundamental thing that you went into business for? Because nothing's worse than a distracted mind. And that's why I teach the so called box method. And I shouldn't say so called because I actually call it that. So it's not so called, but it's also not trademarked. So if you Google the box method, you're going to get a whole bunch of things that have nothing to do with what I'm talking about. But I teach, like, what do you ultimately want people to do? Create a box around that and then draw arrows to that box because you're going to lead people to that activity. And then you're going to lead people to the activity that comes before that. And pretty soon you'll have a line of boxes, and each box is an activity or a service or a process. And then you'll have a clearer picture of what it is that you need to build. But I would say start there first and don't worry about ChatGPT or Claude or High Level or Copilot, Gemini, or Mailchimp, or the all the technology and the tools that are out there, right? Just worry about how are you going to get people from point A to point B, if you're or point A to point Z rather. If the point Z looks like a better life for the people that you're trying to help, more clarity, better relationships, whatever it is that you're doing for them, and point A is where they are now, then focus on that. And then how are you going to use AI to attract them, to help convert them, and then to fulfill on that service? If you need to use AI at all, where does it come into your strategy? And focus on those tools and those tools alone. And again, I say it sounds very simple because it is sort of that simple, but not really. I mean, I got a whole darn degree in it, business, that I don't really talk about. Yeah, I did that. But literally at the end of the day, we're going to just see the same things play out where people want connection. People want to feel something when they experience a brand, when they transact. People are going to be more mindful where they put their time and attention and money. And I think that the AI hype bubble is definitely going to burst now where you're going to have something behind it. It's going to be a tool, just like a hammer is a tool that you can use to build something. You can also use a hammer to destroy. So a hammer on its own cannot make anything. It needs the brain power, it needs the creativity of the person wielding it. And so now we're going to see a divergence of the wheat from the chaff. And there's no greater evidence of this where I see AI copy that is just prompt driven and doesn't have the audience behind it. So I'm talking about the transforming, delving harness and all of the other, I guess, hyperboles that it gives out. So if you think it's going to be like the ultimate shortcut that you don't have to work at, you're going to be kind of sadly disappointed as people's tastes and people's as people's habits change. But I say all that to say is I don't want to downplay and I don't want to down talk it because number one, I use it every day. I'm an evangelist after all. I love it. I love it so much. I use custom GPTs every single day. I use it for research. I use it for not custom GPTs, but I use AI for research. I use it for automation. I use it for learning. I build my own courses or my own like learning pathways where if I don't know a thing, I use AI to then go and learn a thing. So there's so many great and practical uses, but it never replaces a person entirely, and it never replaces the creativity of another human being. You just can't get that, at least not yet. But you don't want to be one of those that feel inauthentic. You don't want to be one of those that are staying in that space where now you're trying to jump on the latest trends instead of staying true to helping somebody who is looking for your help. Let me take another sip of water because I am strategically trying not to cough, and then I'll tell you some more of my thoughts. When it comes to tech, you know, things will come and go. One thing that I've seen as a constant, though, is email marketing. And if you're not using email marketing, you probably should because it has been around for so very long. I was an early AOL user and it's still there. Everybody checks their emails at least once a day. And if you haven't checked your email today, I would say that you are a liar or you just don't like information because everybody checks their emails. And throughout all of this, throughout platforms opening and closing and getting banned and things being shut down, you do want to have a way to directly communicate with people. Now, when it comes to AI, I think it marries very well with email marketing. Through AI, you can determine how to create the copy for your email sequences or email newsletters. You can determine best send times, or you can get subject line ideas. It's perfect for that. And this is what I teach. And I teach this in the Automated Thought Leader Academy. And this is my teaching program in which I meet people exactly where they are. So if you don't yet want to invest in a $200 system, a $20 a month system can actually do many of the things that I'm teaching. So I meet you where you are because I teach concepts and strategies. I don't teach the actual mechanics of the tool because these tools will come and go, including AI. So you don't want to spend too much time in a tool that might be changing tomorrow, changing their pricing, changing their terms of use, or even going away. But you want to have that strategy defined on a sheet of paper that no one can take away from you, and no one can take your email list away from you either. And you want to have certain constants to keep yourself on track. And that is what I teach you, how to diagram it out so that you can look at your business as a series of inputs and outputs and then determine what tools do you invest in. Just like with AI, just like with social media or anything that you decide to use, if it doesn't fit into your strategy, don't spend a lot of time on it. Because at the end of the day, you are tasked to solve someone's problem, to be someone's solution, and you can't do that if you're just muddled down in all of this tech stuff, unless you want to be like me. But I know a lot of you guys don't want to do that. And what's funny is that, well, no, I'm actually not going to go through that thought because that's going to be another video. But I will say that if this sounds like something that you're interested in or you need support in, I do have free 30-minute automation insight sessions. So these are sessions where we talk about what works, what doesn't work, where you want to be, what you've tried before, and how I can best support you. Because at the end of the day, sometimes you just need a second pair of eyes. You just need the path of least resistance from point A to point Z. And it's okay to skip a couple of letters because at the end of the day, it's about helping people. Inputs and outputs. Where are you meeting people and where are you bringing them? And it doesn't get any easier than that. All right. So some summation of the video is that yes, AI is awesome. Definitely use it, but don't forget that that is your task in business to take your audience from A to Z and get them a transformation and keep it moving, and don't let technology be the thing that holds you up. All right, because I'm here to support you with that. And that's all I got to say about that. So Until next time, take care, have a great day, and I'll speak to you later. Bye.